Two men on a mission down the rabbit hole of the thoughts that keep you awake at 3 a.m. Welcome to Dose of Dysfunction.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I am your host, the self-proclaimed life coach. We also have our resident redneck.
Howdy.
And just Ian.
Just me.
He's gracing us with his presence again today.
Hopefully I'm loud enough this time.
I don't know. Pull the dick out of your mouth. It sounds just fine.
No.
No? All right. So, what should we talk about today?
I don't know.
It's all up to you, Mr.
Yeah.
Life Coach.
Yeah.
Drive this school bus.
Whew, over a few people.
Coach my life.
Coach my
Short bus.
Yeah. Well, anybody want advice, throw it out there. I'm willing to give. It just may not put you in the right spots, but we'll give it a shot one way or the other. I think today, so last time we tried to do guilty pleasures, and, well, the rabbit came out and ran down the hole, and away we went.
Turned
Do
into
fast
this-
food deliveries.
Yeah.
I could probably do another hour and a half on that, but I'll spare you all my bullshit for a minute. There are so many. So, in trying to research guilty pleasures, one of the things I really noticed was some of the things that people think are guilty pleasures, I just don't find to be. I have the what the fuck are you ashamed of? Like, because that's kind
Yeah,
of.
but we're
well,
kind of
that's
not
like
ashamed of anything.
Well,
though,
that's like
so-
a personal thing, too. Like,
I understand that, but there's that level of you're looking at it and you're like,
shower beers or
well, the perfect
stupid
one.
shit like that.
It's like, all right, maybe this one is a little weird. Cheese and peanuts, not peanut butter, on a sandwich. So a cheese and peanut sandwich.
I mean, if you really like eating that many nuts.
I mean, it depends on the people who are going to shame you, though. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had
It's
that one
not
thing
really,
that you're
I
like,
guess it's
man,
not more of a personal thing. It's like, who are you friends with that's going to shame you for liking this thing?
No, I think it's more like, could they potentially like it too? Because you know, like you have that one thing and you're just like, you eat it and you're like, yeah, it's my weird thing, right? But then somebody catches you doing that, and like me, I obviously don't turn down food. But with the like mindset of I'll try anything once and some things twice if somebody fucks it up. Irish car bombs are not that way, by the way. I'll tell you that one. But like, I don't know, pregnant women have a lot of the cravings, like the kind of the weird cravings,
Yeah,
right?
but you get away with that because it's pregnant women.
Right.
You just let it go.
Right. But I learned to love some things that I would have never fucking tried because my wife, when she was pregnant, tried a couple of these things.
Do you know why they have those cravings?
I don't know
Coach
why.
They,
Coach me about this life lesson.
okay, here's your life lesson. They have those cravings because, especially when a woman's pregnant, the baby needs nutrients, vitamins, things like that. That's why they get weird cravings, is their body's deficient in something. And so you get a craving for something that would have that. That's why, like, it could be pickles, and whether it be ice cream, dirt even has been a craving. There's there's something.
Okay, what baby is craving dirt, though, as nutrients?
I mean, come on, that's a redneck thing
Well,
for
like,
a
even,
10-year-old.
I've heard,
Rub
like,
some
pickles
dirt
and
in it.
chocolate, and it's like, okay, chocolate isn't very nutritious. I mean, I can see, like, a sweetness craving,
If you're having low blood sugar,
I guess.
I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor.
You're the one, like, this is exactly why this is happening right now. This is why these women have these cravings.
Well, it is because they're low in something. I think dirt had something to do with iron, like you're iron deficient.
I guess I
Could be. Yeah, I could see
But-
that.
And
But
then some
the funny
combinations
part
are
about them,
just
though, is
tasty.
like when you aren't pregnant anymore and you still have these cravings for these things, it's got to be just that in your mind. You're like,
It
I
could be a
loved that
texture
one
thing as
thing.
well.
And nobody gave me shit when I was pregnant, but now we're going to find out, right? Like that whole,
Well, no, they don't want to eat it later because then you're gonna walk around thinking they're pregnant. Like you're gonna walk in the room and she's got like a pickle and ice
She's got a
cream
pickle
sandwich,
jar
and
and
you're like,
Not again.
is there something you want to
Son
tell
of
me?
a bitch! This Christmas just got 10 times more expensive.
Shit. You're rummaging through cabinets. Where'd she hide it? Where'd she hide it? I know there's things here somewhere. Looking for the pregnancy test. Oh yeah. No, but beyond that, but
But I mean, guilty pleasures can be much more than just food.
yeah, there's all. So
So it's like a chick flick movie or something like that.
oh no,
I swear to God, chick flick movies, I'd smack somebody in the fucking head.
okay. Now you're proving the point. You're the guy nobody wants to admit anything.
Yeah. Right?
What do you mean you like that, you sissy boy?
You sissy little bitch!
All right,
Rub some dirt in it.
Well, here's kind of a weird one. So, I'll read it off to you, and we can kind of go from there. Because this is one of those ones that I'm like, yeah, somebody's going to give you a whole lot of shit about this.
And it's probably named Brock.
Hey,
Yes.
but here's the deal. If your friends don't give you shit for your guilty pleasures, they're not really your
Yeah,
friends.
they don't love you.
All right, so this one I pulled off.
love you.
If they don't give you shit, is what I'm saying. Or maybe you have super shitty friends.
That's a
Figure it out
possibility
yourself.
too. So it says, I'm a 37-year-old straight male, and I have fatherly feelings towards Megan Fox. I know she's considered
Fuck.
by plenty of people to be smoking hot, but I feel absolutely zero sexual attraction towards her. Instead, I visit a fan site every few weeks to check on how she's doing, and feel pleased when I see paparazzi pictures of her with her husband and stepson looking happy. And despite that, I have no desire to know every minute fact of her existence or stalk her further than that. I just go, I wonder how Megan's doing, check on the gossip, and go on with my life.
You're a creeper.
How's that father?
That guy's a fucking creep. That's not fatherly. That's like,
No,
He
it
just,
is.
he
One
just
day,
it's
I'm
like
gonna
it just sounds like
kidnap
he
you.
cares about her. Like he wants to be friends with her. Like, oh, I wonder how she's doing.
Well, that's how it is fatherly. Because well, I don't know how
Also,
old
I don't
Megan
think
Fox
she-
is.
I think his
she
guilty
even
pleasure
have a
is that he
husband?
checks the fan website. I think
I-
that's
Yeah.
where he gets his pleasure right there. Oh, she's doing good. Oh yeah, you know.
But
not-
see, you make that sound
But he says-
sexual.
yeah,
There's no
he's-
sexual.
No, but
it's
to
it's
not
it.
like
sexual.
creepy.
Well, yeah, it's that level where people,
She's got a dad. All right, fuck right off.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't make
He
any
just wants her to be
sense.
happy.
Isn't that such a weird thing though? This dude just goes on and he's like, "Oh, look, they went to whatever restaurant. I bet that was a nice evening." Click. Oh, look.
I mean, he can 100% have something way worse than that. Like that's
That's
not
true.
terrible. It's not super
That's
creepy
true.
either because it's not like he's pursuing anything or like stalking her. Like I wonder how
Yeah,
she's
but
doing
he even
today, and
claims
then
that
like
he's stalking her.
gets on a
No, he
GPS
claims
and
he's
is like,
not
"Where's
stalking.
Megan today?"
No, he's claiming that he stopped stalking her, or he's not stalking her any further.
well,
He's still stalking her
No,
in the
he's
first
just
place.
reading
I
the
don't get on the
gossip.
website and look up fucking famous people.
so
They're
but
is
like,
that's
oh
no
my God.
different than checking the
Like
your
the magazine or something like that, like a gossip magazine.
yeah, or like here, let me relate it to you sports wise. It's like checking your team page to see what the news is there. You know,
Yeah, but that's a group of guys who have like a goal of
you just
They're
don't want
really
to
creepy
admit
for
that
wanting
you're
to follow
stalking
them.
guys.
oh yeah.
How
Yeah,
dare you.
you're right. Says the two guys in fantasy leagues. Talking to the one guy who's not in a fantasy league. And
Fantasy
I'm
football is
stalking. You
fun.
guys are stalking individual players.
Damn, Skippy.
You're goddamn
Yeah.
right.
Us
See?
and millions of other people.
Yeah.
I could win money off of this.
Mine's not for money; it's all for pride.
No. Loser has to get
Someone
like a
fuck
paintball
you
run
guys
too,
around.
so I'm not trying to lose either.
Well, no, I opened my mouth and talked shit about how
Oh,
I win, so
fuck.
now it's got to back up opening my mouth and talking shit. You don't want to be the guy who's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking win and kick all of your asses and blah 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 blah," and then it's like, "Oh, I'm 1 in 14 in fantasy. Yay! I really backed that one up."
But even still, I don't think that this is. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure, but at the same point in time, I don't think it's.
Well, it's like, imagine if I came to you and was like, guys, you know what? I just checked up on Megan Fox today, see if she was doing good, and you'd be like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, why?
How
One,
do you know her?
why'd
Like,
you
what's
do
your-
that? And two, why are you telling us? Like,
Yeah.
we don't care.
See, I think that's the weirder part is that he's telling people he has this issue.
Well,
He wants to see if he's not alone. Probably.
yeah, he's throwing it out
Searching
online
for other
for somebody else
parental
to be
Megan
like,
Fox people.
me too.
You're right. I do the same
If
thing.
you'd like to meet up and check on Megan Fox's location, please let me know.
Oh my
She's
God.
currently at this coffee shop. Let's meet there.
I hope she orders
Twitter,
her
man.
favorite drink. Wow, she did.
Twitter's
for
organized stalking.
Okay, so this one I would say is a legit guilty pleasure. Reading Craigslist misconnections or sometimes casual encounters.
No, that's hilarious.
That is
that's
the
not,
best thing. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've done the same thing.
If you're actually
You
like,
are not alone,
looking-
my friend.
If
You know what pisses me off is they
looking
took
for
it
the
away.
misconnection, maybe, but if you're just looking to have fun,
Oh, I just read that some of those fucking things are hilarious. Like the shit that they put on there, like, and I can't remember. It's been so long because they took it down. At least around here they did. But there was one where this lady ran into this guy at the bar, and it was like redheaded feller from the bar, and then it went into the thing, into like the paragraph about it. She was there with her husband, met him, thought he would be a perfect third person, but when she brought her husband back to the bar to talk to him, he was nowhere to be found. Yeah, so it's just like you read through these things, it's hilarious. I would agree with this guy.
okay.
I
But
mean,
what if
that's-
you saw yourself like bearded redneck man with hillbilly deluxe tattooed on his
I might
forearms?
shit a brick.
Would you go and try and find that person, or would you just like leave that there and just be like, you know what, this was a good point in my life, but I'm done with this
No,
now.
I think you have to go find the person because you have to have the story of how the misconnections connected. Now, it could turn into a little bit of a creepy situation, but I still think you have to reach out to that person and be like,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
no.
the last thing I want to have to explain to my wife is why there's this crazy lady on the front porch.
or why you were looking through misconnections.
Or, well, no, most of the
Guilty
time
pleasure.
she looks with me. That was like our pastime on a Saturday when nobody was fucking doing anything. So it was like, oh shit, let's look at
Oh, there you go.
misconnections.
That's not a bad thing. So here's another one. I like this one personally. I think this is fucking hilarious, and I hope the guy owned it all the way home. The name they're using is That Weird Bus Driver, but he says
Perfect.
That could be like 10 million people.
it could be, but this one would be great. I'm sure. Anyway, I'll read it. When my bus is empty, I like to sing Bohemian Rhapsody as loud as I can. I did this once when I thought my bus was empty. There was
When I thought my bus was empty.
yeah,
It's a sleeping child.
no, there was one guy I couldn't see in my mirror, and when he got off the bus, he just started laughing hysterically. Could you imagine that? You're the last one on the bus. Next thing you know, the bus driver.
Mama!
Especially if he does the little things. He changes up. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family.
Galileo! Galileo! Galileo!
And all the different tones. Right. And you just sit
No, it'd
back
be
there.
even funnier if the dude in the back goes, Galileo!
Oh, that would have been better.
It's a mid-song.
It's like, holy shit!
Yeah,
He's
that-
back there!
That driver would have fucking shit his pants. I'm really hoping, though, that dude should have recorded it. That would have been
Oh,
the
that would've
greatest,
been
like,
fucking awesome.
live
Or
stream
at
that
least got
shit.
on that same bus next week and hid in the same spot.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if
Absolutely.
he does it again. The guy parks the bus, walks through. This isn't happening again.
Yeah.
I'd be stalking that bus driver. He'd be like, why is this guy getting on?
Yeah.
I'm seeing him an awful lot as my route keeps changing.
As it's about to end as well.
Yeah. I got another one for you. Whenever I watch Liam Neeson in a movie, I like to imagine he's my father. And this is the story of how he kicked ass.
That's just taken movies.
It is, but
See, but that's like, I mean, I always feel like I want to be Jason Statham's fucking sidekick.
Well, see, what I find funny about this is he wants it to be his dad. So first, we don't know how old this person. I watch him. I'm like, I want the story to be me. I want to be Liam Neeson.
Yeah, right.
I have a particular set of skills. I mean, that's the great part. I don't need him to be my dad.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, because then, at that point, now, like, he quits making films, right? Then what? Then you're just like,
it's not
my
as
father
cool.
has passed, you know? Like, it's downhill from there.
Can we talk about how different Liam Neeson's movies are? I think they're all the same.
Look, I love the Taken series. Don't get me wrong. Everybody... But he's been put in so many action roles, and
it's literally always like some random guy, and he has a particular set of skills, and he gets trapped somewhere, or somebody gets taken from him. I mean, there's a bunch of Taken movies, but like, there was him on an Ice Road Trucker movie where they're trying to kill the Ice Road Truckers, and of course he knows like martial arts, and he's like shooting people and beating the fuck out of them.
But what I've always found funny about the Liam Neeson ones,
why can't he just die?
But when you see him,
but that's like
not in real
saying
life
you
in
can
the movie.
you could kill Clint Eastwood. And
Okay.
when they did in Gran Torino, it was like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? You just killed a legend. And you did it with a bunch of gangbangers. Like,
and it
this
made
is
you feel something.
bad shit.
You remembered that.
Yes,
movie.
that was a hard punch to like my heart. I was upset. It'd be like killing the Duke boys midair. All right,
That's why like
fucked up.
Game of Thrones and everything was so good, because like pretty much any character
could or would die at some point.
I mean, Jon Snow died a little bit, and then he came back to life. But we're not going to get into Game of Thrones. I'm pissed off about it now.
I'm glad you are, because I can guarantee you, the two of
But
us.
the new dragon,
no
don't watch
fucking
it.
give a
I
shit.
was like, the new one's coming out, so
It has a dragon.
yeah, it has all the dragons. It has like the Targaryens coming, like the bad dragon people.
So this is the moment in the podcast where Ian just admitted his guilty pleasure.
What, Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
How's that a guilty pleasure? A lot of people like that. My guilty pleasure, I like fucking Twilight. Twilight's my fucking guilty pleasure.
Ooh, that was
I'm
a bold
out.
admission.
I'm out. That's rough.
Yeah, see, that's like a guilty
You just
pleasure.
entered into a whole class of fucking. You should shave your mullet.
No, I shouldn't shave my
Yeah, you should
I'll
shave
rock
your mullet.
it. And I'll respect
He's rocking. Well, my point to Liam Neeson was, when you just look at him as an actor or a person, he doesn't come off as badass. That dude doesn't walk up and you're like, that's one badass motherfucker. He doesn't have that. So I've always wondered how he ever got those roles, because nothing about him is like, oh, that's the dude he's gonna tear some people up. You get it with Jason Statham.
Oh yeah.
You get it with, a Samuel L. Jackson. You get it.
I think even with Mr. Jackson, he's still pretty like. He almost looks more business, like he's just kind of there to buy
nowadays.
everybody's shit and all of their cocaine, and then all of a sudden there's motherfuckers everywhere, and motherfuck this, and fuck that, motherfuck you, and and then it's like, oh fuck, he has arrived.
Yeah, but he has the badass presence. When he walks into a room, he commands it. Liam Neeson's like, what's the old dude over there for?
I was gonna say, he more or less like.
This is why I want to be him, though, because
He's your everyday person.
Yeah,
It's like, oh
He
shit,
more
that
or
guy
less-
knows jujitsu.
Yeah, he more or less is like the guy in the bar that you walk in and he's just sitting over there playing music on the jukebox or playing pool. Like, he's one of the guys that doesn't stick out in the crowd, and then all of a sudden, like, shit starts to pop off and he's fucking doing some Muay Thai with some pool cues and fucking people up,
All right, I got another one. I feel like this could totally be a Brock guilty pleasure.
Okay.
You ready? I watch a lot of tortoise sex. I can't even say it straight.
You had me at tortoise.
I heard sex and I was like, whoa.
All right. I watch a lot of tortoise sex
Lost me
YouTube
at
clips.
sex.
I think their grunting is hilarious.
I'm going to have to watch one now.
I mean,
Hold on. I also have illustrated it in series of watercolor paintings.
have you heard it though? it is actually hilarious.
My thing is,
This isn't me on the page, but I'm just saying.
You've actually.
I have seen a video of it before.
my thing is,
And it was
how do you
humping a
make
shoe,
it? How do you
actually.
make it pop out of the water painting? Like, how do you make it? Because it sounds like it's apparently this. Quite
pretty much
Well,
all.
maybe video edits like a watercolor painting with the grunting sounds.
All it's got to do is just got to be a turtle going, ah! That's all it is.
Doesn't it sound like a turbo blowing off?
I wouldn't know how to explain that.
I just
Because, yeah, it's not all just giant tortoises. They're small tortoises, too. So
Wait,
They
little
could probably
baby tortoises
rage.
make that noise
at
too?
what point would you? I would never think to seek out tortoises having
just-
sex.
Who puts
Okay.
that on YouTube? First off, second off, who types in tortoises having
that's
sex?
not
to
something,
look
that
it
is
up?
something you find in, like, a YouTube rabbit hole. Like, you're just watching nature documentaries, and then it's like a little 15-second clip.
All right,
You're
off to
teaching
the
your
side.
kid about how the monkeys climb through the trees.
Okay, but you
and
know
then-
how weird YouTube rabbit holes get.
Yeah, but Ian, we're also seeing this pattern of guilty Ian pleasures.
These aren't guilty Ian pleasures. I'm just saying that is
Yeah,
pretty.
you thought
fucking
that was
hilarious.
gonna be me?
I
I'm like,
totally
no,
did.
I'm out.
I'm a big reptile guy.
I personally like snakes.
I don't like watching them fuck all the time. That is not what I am saying.
every time a tortoise groans, I grab my snake, grab my trouser snake,
I just
and then I paint.
that is priceless. Like
It's. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
think
I regularly
I
seek
don't
this
think we
out.
need to read any more of them off. I think we just need to ask Ian what his
I
are.
was gonna say. So what else do you watch on YouTube?
Dude,
I'm
there's.
I'm
a
real
whole
curious how you
plethora.
got into the Twilight thing.
Ah, dude, it was just the big book when I was in junior high, so I read it because I wanted to see how it was.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Oh, that's right.
I'm your sister's age.
Yeah. And you're
Me and her went to school together.
yeah, because you're 5 years behind me. See, and that's where I'm lost. Like I don't really know because I kind of fell asleep in that class. But what was the big what was the book with Lenny in it? The guy that killed all the
Of
animals.
Mice and Men?
Mice and Men, right? That's what we
Yeah, that's classic though. I mean,
see.
that
And then
was
like Harry Potter was the guilty pleasure when I went
That's
through
not like a
school
guilty
and shit.
pleasure.
Like that
though.
was
Like
know,
guilty
like every-
pleasure
well,
is
now
like
it
I
is.
should not like Twilight, but I like Twilight. That's what a
yeah,
guilty
that's
pleasure
just
is.
fucking weird.
he just wants to get it on with Kristen
I
Stewart.
just like vampires.
Christian-
Her emotionless face.
God. Hey, fuck. You
Stop
kill
trying to
her
shame
first.
me.
You need to kill her first and need a fucking curling iron to heat her up again. I mean, what the fuck?
What are you talking
No,
about?
where did we get
Where did
this?
that go to?
I was gonna say, how did we
You
get
Sorry,
here?
I
her
like a book.
emotionless face. I'm like thinking, okay,
Okay,
so
she
you
doesn't
killed her. I
show
don't-
any emotion. That's the
So
whole
now,
thing.
now we figured out that Brock's guilty pleasure is necrophilia.
Yeah.
No, but it's a
like
good
fucking
joke.
Ted Bundy over here.
He's like, man, I pulled her out of the ice box and threw the heater on.
She was
warmed
cold
up
as a
the
Coors
clothing
Light.
iron.
Her mountains were blue.
Going to the Blue Mountains tonight. Yeah, no. What the fuck?
It goes better with a pinch of lime.
Some clam juice.
Clam juice. Yeah, no, that's. I don't even know where to go with someone.
And now we
Okay,
move
so what
on.
would you think your guilty pleasure is? Like,
My
do
guilty
you
pleasure?
do you think of one immediately? Like, oh,
No, but I'm boring, man. I don't.
there's got to be something that you just like. Not a lot of people.
Yeah, his conversation about the free banana at Jackson's
Free banana Jackson.
with your coffee.
It's not free, man.
Right. This is one of your guilty pleasures. You arguing with the fucking cash register lady that banana is not free.
Oh yeah, I like to do that shit.
You just like making arguments for the sake of argument.
Well, it's not for the sake of arguments. I
Devil's
just
advocate here, but this
Well-
actually isn't a free banana.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
split the cost between the two.
It's not a free banana. Nothing is fucking free. I hate that. I don't. That's not necessarily a guilty pleasure as much of it's like a grind my gears moment.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah. Well, of course I enjoy it. I wouldn't argue
Okay,
if I didn't
then.
enjoy it. All right, maybe arguing is my guilty pleasure a little bit,
A little bit?
just a touch.
You don't have like a movie or anything that you're just like, or music. Dude, I have like 10 of
Well,
these.
music wise, now you have to understand. Okay, I'll give you a guilty pleasure music wise because I do still really love it. When I was in high school is when the Barbie Girl song came out.
That song slaps.
Yeah, well, so, and I was in high school back in the day at the boy band age, and I wasn't really a big boy band fan.
Streets back.
The thing about those was when they came out, you were like, wow, this is catchy and good. And then you caught on and you were like, you casually slipped that to a young kid. You're like, hey, yeah, you can have this CD. I think I gave my Backstreet Boys CD to like my girlfriend's little brother, like my high school girlfriend's little brother. I gave him that CD and he thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was like, whew, can't have anybody finding that in the CD case. Can't believe I liked that. But I would say something. But I had
It was right next to Tool.
right. But yeah, that's the kind of shit too. You like it. You had this, but I did like. I loved the Aquarium, like the whole album. That was fun to just listen to. But
I'm lost.
It's the
Barbie Girl people.
Okay.
it's the whole. It's the band and the whole thing. I loved that thing, and I listened to it all the time. And I rolled around in a car with, I had 15-inch subwoofers. I mean, it wasn't like I was quietly listening to that. I'm in a little town, rolling down the main drag, just boom, 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 I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Those
Definitely
fucking
been there
words.
at least 10 times.
Life in plastic is fantastic.
Rocks over here. I like cigarettes and beer.
And Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, so I'm probing Brock right now.
You're not probing me. This is fucking
I
weird.
hope Ray flips that one.
I have tinfoil in the house.
We alien style this. Do I need to leave
What
the
is
room?
your freaking guilty pleasure, Brock?
Ah,
There's got to be one that immediately comes to your head. It doesn't have to be super embarrassing, like Twilight.
I'd still the
Now the next question is: were you Team Jacob or Team? What was the other
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Edward, bro,
Edward.
all the way.
Edward, all the way. Huh?
Sparkly bitch.
Sparky bitch. I always thought the werewolves were better. My wife watched all this, so by proxy, I had to go through it. Oh, here, I'll give you a guilty pleasure I used to have. Yeah, do the air quotes.
By proxy. Yeah, bullshit.
By proxy, I just watch every single one of them. It's fine.
Actually, you know what? Mine would probably have to be watching the kids shows.
See, I just fucking love cartoons, so there's
Yeah.
no guilt there. I'm
I
in
mean,
it.
it's
Is it
not
like
all that
today's
guilty,
kid
but
shows?
when
Like
I
Paw Patrol and shit.
oh
like
yeah,
that?
Paw Patrol, the movie just came out, dude. My kid is all over that shit. That's great.
Oh,
I
so
love that fucking movie.
right, same thing. When my oldest was like little, we got had a Kindle and they had the kids deal, and one of the ones on there was Bobby's World, and that was back from when I was a kid, and so like I basically force fed him Bobby's World. Just
Well, that's
because
like
I wanted to watch
nostalgia,
it.
though.
Yeah, but I wanted to watch it. It had
Yeah,
nothing
but that's
to do.
for like a nostalgia thing.
But the other one, he grew up Phineas and Ferb. Like
Phineas
I
and Ferb rocks.
Actually-
fucking love that show, and so yeah, it was like let's kick Bukowski. That
Yeah.
was a little good
Oh,
set of
okay.
cartoons.
I think the worst like guilty pleasure I have is as I continue to get fatter, is like I take my hands and I cup my boobs, and then I'm like,
I
oh,
feel
that's
myself
definitely
up.
an A cup now. Like
It's-
that's
What
an A
cup
cup.
size
Now.
am
You know,
I?
that's what I do.
Babe,
That's my
babe, can you feel me real quick?
exactly. I've
See
been
if
in the
I'm right
bathroom
here.
like holding my boobs.
The next
And
thing he's
my
gonna
wife comes
do
in and
is
she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
Are you gonna tape 'em
feeling
next?
for lumps. That's what I'm...
Next thing you know, he's gonna have a Cosmo magazine out if they still have those, and it's gonna be like, what does your boob size say about you, or your boob shape? And he's gonna be like, am I the pointy or the pear?
Either that, or I think the other one I have is when it's like cold as shit outside, everybody runs out to, smoke or whatever, right? And you go out there and it starts getting like cold to the point where your nipples start to poke out of your shirt, right?
Cutting glass.
I like put my fingers on my nipples and then just look at people to see who's noticing. And when somebody notices, I'm just like, I start scratching my chest like a man.
Who's gonna notice first?
I got away with it.
All right, that qualifies. That definitely qualifies.
See, and I don't feel guilty because to me it's just funny, but
until someone sees you without them knowing,
Yeah.
or without you knowing.
No, then
you're
right.
just like
He's
this.
gonna
and then you look at
And
the
they're
other
like,
guy.
"What are
and
you
he's looking at you
doing?"
like, what the fuck?
Or somebody's
Oh,
doing
fuck.
it back to you.
No, it's gonna be when you look and it's the 5-year-old staring up at you, going, and you're like, uh-oh.
Who slowly brings his hands to his nipples.
Is this a thing people do?
Apparently, it's a rock guilty pleasure for sure. I mean, I had the one. There was once upon a time. This is a long time ago too. It's because I worked in the evenings, and I blame my wife again.
It's all your fault.
Well, she would watch Days of Our Lives, right? A soap opera.
Yeah.
Well, I actually got into it. Like I had the story.
Oh
down
my
pretty
god,
good.
you knew their names and all
Yeah,
that
we
shit.
watched it pretty regularly. It was one of those things where I was like, what am I doing? But I just find myself watching it. And then at that time they came out with another one that had come on right after, maybe right before, called Passions. Anyway, I got addicted to soap operas for a little while. I did. You get invested in the characters and you're like,
Sandra, you bitch. I
You
can't
fuck-
believe you did that to Tommy.
well, and here's the best part of soap operas, though, is because they hold a fairly real line, right? As far as the relationships, and they're dealing with all this stuff. But then they just pull in some really strange shit. Like they'll pull in an alien abduction, or
Somebody murders somebody or something.
Well,
like
you
that.
get
No,
captured.
that's like in every other fucking episode,
Yeah,
I think.
that everybody's out to get everybody, but when they like capture them and throw them in a hole, and you're like, okay, this is like, it's not realistic. It goes off that line. I know it's all glamorized in that, I guess, but it just fascinates me because, again, I'm watching these things and somebody's tuning in. Enough people are tuning in to keep it going, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how this
They
shit
have, like,
works.
30 seasons now, don't they? Days of Our Lives
Oh,
or something like that.
But here's the other beauty of it is, like, now that they've been on long enough, the kids are adults with kids. Like, the family thing and the storylines. I mean, the plot lines and storylines.
Gotta imagine being like connected with that show for your entire acting career.
Oh, yeah, it would be wild.
I feel like that would be boring as shit.
Aren't those where like actors go to die?
Or start, I would imagine. It's not your prime acting career is on a soap
Well, I mean,
opera.
No,
So-
you have some that gets. I think you have some that basically get pigeonholed, for lack of a better word, into it. You do. I think you get some people who start in there and they find an actual career, right?
Right. That's
As
your
I
murders.
bash that. I'm sure somebody on a soap opera is making a hell of a
Millions
lot
and
more
Oh
an
yeah, makes
episode than
way more than us.
Yeah, so
Fuckers.
pigeonholed's probably not necessarily, but I think like anything, if you're going in and wanting to be,
I feel like it's almost like investments. You could either get on a pilot on like Days of Our Lives and just continuously put money in the bank, or you could go big risk and go movie and have it shot down at the box office and you made shit and you were that one guy who was in the film that nobody watched or was total shit, whatever. Right. So I feel like those are kind of safe bets, where then you go to the big movies and stuff, and those are kind of like your big risk, big reward type things.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
I don't know, TV's been like pretty big nowadays. I think that's more of a consistency thing though, if you're on TV.
Yeah, I'd almost say no. It shifted because So me being the elder statesman here,
Old ass.
The
I
old
know,
fucker.
right? Well, look at it this way though. Like when I was a kid, you wanted to be on TV or in a movie, right? Those were the things. Or maybe you wanted to be a musician, but your sort of celebrities were geared towards that. It either had to be in music, it had to be or TV or movies. Those were
Well, that was the only entertainment.
right.
Now it's like TikTok and influencers. And
Well,
shit
and
like
just-
that.
Podcasts.
Yeah.
YouTube.
And
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube's a big one, and that's where I was going to go. But like for my kids, like my oldest kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's not like I want to be an athlete, an actor, a doctor, a lawyer. It's like I want to be a YouTuber. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, shit, even at 6 or 10 or whatever, you can be a YouTuber, right? It's not
Yeah.
even a wait to grow up.
All right. Well, yeah. No, I
you
mean my
learned from
3-year-old.
me earlier.
My 3-year-old could be a fucking Apple tester. Fucking. She knows my phone and my iPad better than I know. I'm like, how do I call somebody? And the 3-year-old's like, boop, boop, here you go.
Well, it's no different. Like we started getting our podcast up on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used my
Check this out.
11-year-old. It was like, hey, how do you cut this and make this audio into a movie?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
you go here, 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 and here. Okay. He's like, I have the software. Give me your logins,
Yeah.
basically. It's
Yeah.
like,
By the way, if you didn't catch that, Casey's 11-year-old has us on YouTube now.
so smash that like
Go.
button.
Yeah.
Slap that
We don't sound
subscribe.
retarded.
Well,
and
here's,
ring that bell to
But-
let you know when any episodes come out. It gives you a notification.
well, if you want to have real fun, you need to go Google us or go try to search us on YouTube because we are nowhere near the level of pulling our own.
Oh God, no.
So, but what do you think comes up when you hit Dose of Dysfunction? I mean, seriously, what would be your first thought that's gonna
Yeah, get
come
rid
up?
of the dose part and just think dysfunction. What do you?
If you,
Drugs. That's all I think of.
it'll all be medical stuff, and a lot of it pertains to erectile dysfunction.
There's a whole lot of shit not standing up. That's,
Yeah. So though, if ever one day we get anywhere, I really want sponsorship from one of the erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, I want
pills.
Viagra.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Get
What-
your dose.
What's the
of
new one?
Dysfunction.
The one they do? I think it's Roman. Aren't
Oh,
those?
yeah,
the,
Roman.
that's the
Oh,
new
yeah,
big, like-
Or like hymns or something like that.
yeah, just because I think it's just so fitting with the title of the podcast. So
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I am.
that wasn't so subtle. That was the
Come on, Dick Pill, sponsor us.
Yeah, right? Think about it, though. I mean, if you stumble across our podcast, there's probably a reason why.
Somebody's looking up dysfunction.
Hey,
At least some people are.
Uh-huh.
yeah. So maybe that's why we have a percentage that's like 60 plus. They were looking for erectile dysfunction shit, and somehow ours popped up.
Oh, my God.
This is right up my alley.
Well, I might not get hard, but at least I'll get off.
Uh,
All right, here's a weird one. I want to know if anybody's tried this.
I probably have.
Probably.
Going with the theme of tonight.
Drinking cola mixed with milk.
Yeah, okay, no, I haven't done
no,
that. Fuck
no,
that.
I'm out. Remember
That
the
person
Irish
should
car
just
bomb
go to
thing I was
Siberia.
telling you about?
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine. He bought all the stuff to make Irish car bombs. None of us, like, we all watched him drink them. It was like, that's fucking gross, right?
Car bombs.
So he got all this stuff, shows up, pours them all out, right? And hands us all these shot glasses. You got to drop it in the cup, hammer it down, right? He bought the wrong beer.
What a fucking
So you
idiot.
didn't buy Guinness?
It was Guinness, but it wasn't like just plain Guinness. There was something I can't remember what it was, but it was one of their other
Like coffee Guinness or some shit like
yeah,
that.
something like that, and it was absolutely fucking horrific. I literally started choking halfway through this thing, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's no way!" And end up fucking like projecting it into the sink, and then running outside to vomit in the backyard. I'm just like, "What in the fuck are you trying to do to me? You just tried to kill me with some bullshit drink? What the fuck?"
With an Irish car bomb.
An Irish car
Yeah.
bomb.
Did what it was supposed to do.
Oh, there was plenty of bombs
Almost.
going off. No, that's the Coke and milk thing. You're a fucking weirdo.
Doesn't it like curdle or something? I thought I've heard that.
I would think it would with the cart. Yeah, I just can't imagine that being. Yeah,
Fuck that.
That's gross. Oh, here's one for you. Like, and this won't apply to us, but we can use our imaginations.
That you know of.
It's another woman thing.
It is. When you're a girl and the little fart bubble goes forward instead of backward, you know what I mean.
That's a guilty pleasure of somebody?
Apparently, yes.
Oh my god.
For them, I guess.
Ooh, you know what you could call
There's
that?
a whole lot more dysfunction right there.
For a guy, though?
Yeah.
You could call it the ball warmer.
Ball warmer.
It's a ball buster if you fart hard enough.
That's true. Not too careful, it could be a mud pie, but...
Dude, I just seen a video. These guys trying to fart on a lighter. Do the whole, like, fucking fart explosion thing on a lighter. And shit. Right on... right past the lighter, blows the flame out, lands a turd right on the floor.
Oh, that's awful. Here's a twisted one. I can see, maybe not you guys liking this, but I know a few people who would, they'd be all in on this. I get bad bloody noses in the shower occasionally, as in the blood is almost a continuous stream. I gather... Oh wait, it gets better. I gather a pool of it in my hands and either drip it over myself or make bloody hand streaks on the walls. There's just something so fascinating about seeing your own blood like that.
What the fuck?
It's probably a good skincare routine.
Right? I'm thinking this
I've
is
heard
You
like
have
that
such a
somewhere
nice
before.
complexion. How do you...
Bloody noses.
all I picture is like a married guy, right? Or his wife. It could be either one. It could be the guy or the wife. But like they're getting ready. One's in the shower, right? The other one's getting ready, and then just running it like down the inside of the shower
like a Halloween
curtain.
joke.
Yeah, like starts screaming and runs the heads.
See, part of me too thinks that's like the Jesus thing or the God thing, right? Like bathing in your own blood or bashed in your blood or whatever the hell it is, but where you're just like,
I think
you
that's
take
Satan.
it and you just kind of like all over yourself like war paint.
Yeah,
Could you imagine taking it and like putting the lines under your eyes, like if you were playing football or whatever, and like step out of the shower and you're like, Valhalla! You know?
It would look a lot cooler for you with your beard.
I was gonna say,
Right? It's like
this is
drip down into my beard.
You
and
get
shit.
like the little beads for your beard and do the braids and shit.
Oh god.
yeah. This sounds like something you'd be all
This
over.
is his like.
I've never gotten a
not
bloody
a
nose in the
guilty
shower, but
pleasure.
then again, I'm normally not picking my nose in the shower or jerking off to the point where it causes me to have a bloody nose in the shower.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Thanks for letting me.
Yeah,
know.
it was-
No.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing.
Apparently, guys, it happens. so I've
So,
heard.
well, you know the whole thing. Everybody's like, if you don't quit playing with it, you're gonna go blind, right? Okay, that was there, but then my grandmother, who was a nurse and had like zero filter, was like, "Yeah, but you can get a bloody nose from doing that too much." And I'm like, "Okay." So every time I see somebody with a bloody nose, I'm thinking, "You should get your hands out of your pockets, bud." Just to me, I don't know why.
I must have been real busy when I was younger because I used to get bloody noses all the time.
Jesus.
Now, I can relate to this in a little bit. I never did that, but I would, and a lot of it was where I lived growing up in Nevada, just the dry. I got bloody noses all the time, but I would get them in the shower. And I actually liked them not to do something like that. What I loved about it was I was in the shower, so at least wash off. I didn't have to fucking go, shove a tampon up my nose to stop the bleeding.
and then
It's new
possibly
technology.
suffocate.
Right.
In your
Possibly
sleep.
suffocate my sleep, right? But my favorite
Throwback.
is because when you're in that setting, you can try to stop it, and the big thing to stop it is you got to get the clot.
Oh,
because there's a little clot. So
frickin-
the snot rocket clot that was like, so you
I
shoot
get
that
that.
out.
I've done that
God.
before. That is super satisfying.
Yeah, it really is, because when that thing comes out, you're just like,
Oh, I can breathe.
Yeah, there's a level with that.
We now need a squeegee for the shower wall, but hey, got it all done.
That's the beauty of the shower, though. It's easier to clean up.
Yeah.
Especially if you have one of those movable heads where you just,
Right, you just rinse it off and away you go. So, but if you've never had that before,
Yeah.
it is
You should try it.
super satisfying.
punch
So-
yourself in the face and get a bloody nose.
So the
Run into the shower
Make sure you do it in the
wall.
shower.
Damn.
oh, yeah.
Don't do it on your carpet.
Yeah, no, I've never. Same thing when I tried the boxing thing for a little bit, man. I got smacked in the nose every time, instantly start bleeding. I just said, fuck it, let's game on. You know, they'd be like, here's some. No, fuck it, I'll bleed. I don't care.
I'll fucking clot on this motherfucker.
It's actually a little.
I'll bleed.
It's a little more.
You step back into the ring and you're all bleeding out of your face. You're like, nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Right? Well, it's there you go, part of the intimidation technique, right? You know, if somebody hits you hard enough and they're feeling pretty proud, yeah, pop that dude's nose, he's bleeding. Oh shit, he's coming back. This motherfucker's back for
This dude
more.
is drinking his own blood out
Yeah.
of his own nose, and he's coming to punch me in the face.
Or as Brock would do in the corner, yell Valhalla and run at them.
Valhalla!
Superman punch, buddy.
Just claw across the face with blood. Handprint right over his right eye. War paint!
I feel like that's only something you could do in a toga. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Brock wants to be a Spartan now.
He missed his era. Like, let's face
Yeah.
I miss the Middle Ages.
Uh-huh.
That was really my era.
I miss the lack of technology.
Yeah, no
The
shit.
pillaging.
The
Oh
no
my God.
indoor plumbing.
The whole like resume thing. Okay, bring me a copy of your resume. Hey, can you email me a copy of your resume? And I'm sitting here with a paper and a pencil, like, fuck. I could have just wrote it all down.
The whole resume thing's a joke anyway.
Yeah, I know nobody ever looks at them. It's always, how old are you? It's always the interview that matters. And most of that doesn't even matter now.
The resume only matters now if you're talking high corporate, big
Yeah.
time. I've never understood that. Here, let me turn in my resume to flip burgers. I don't care. Do you have a pulse?
Yeah, right. Are you breathing?
Yeah.
Then you can greet people at the door.
Right. You're hired. Let's go. Will you show up?
Yeah.
Somehow we got back to fast food work, but
Yep. I'm lost.
I don't know how we got from bloody noses to resumes and fast food work, but I'm here for it. That's the dysfunction right there.
Working hard for it right there.
Here,
I need a beer.
I'm gonna make you feel a little weird here for a moment. You ready?
Always ready.
Sometimes I hold in my pee until I can't anymore, and then I wet myself on purpose.
What the fuck?
Hold on. It's a masturbatory sort of a pleasure, but not something I'd ever want to bring into the bedroom with a partner. I've associated having to pee with being turned on for as long as I can remember.
It's got to be the release.
It must be.
Like,
Yeah,
you
he
sit-
held it in.
yeah,
Now it's
like-
got a release.
Yeah, like sitting in a movie and then you go pee after the movie ends and you've been like needing to pee for like 30 minutes and you pee and it feels so
Yeah,
good.
but I mean, oh yeah. It
I
does.
mean,
when
maybe
you,
he just really likes the warmth that comes with it too.
It might be, but
I think
it's
that's
weird,
Like
don't
that,
get me
I want
wrong,
to
I would
play like
shame
I'm
him for it.
kidnapped thing.
Shame.
You know, like the whole like it fits into his like storyline of him going in to have sex with his old lady or whatever. Like that's a role playing thing for
yeah,
him.
but as he says, he doesn't want to bring it into the bedroom with a partner, so that's his.
That's why he sheds his clothes in the hallway. See, I got this guy.
You got this.
Here's the thing, man. If you're gonna do this, you just got to be slick about it. I've never done it myself.
Take it from experience.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
Take it from a professional.
A resident redneck.
There comes a point in life where you have to stop pissing yourself.
There's a period. You can do it at the beginning and you can do it at the end, but
Right?
you shouldn't do it in the middle.
They don't make middle-aged diapers. Come
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
I'm sure they do. And
Just wants to
somebody's
feel
going
the
to tell us
warmth.
about it now.
If this dude's always pissing on himself, how many sexual encounters is he actually having? This dude has to reek of
Oh no,
piss.
there's a whole fetish market for the peeing on thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but
that's-
he doesn't want to make it.
Have you
part
not
of
heard
his,
of golden
like,
showers?
I've
Yeah.
heard of it, but it's like
But no, he says he doesn't want to bring it into the bedroom. That doesn't mean he doesn't want to watch it on whatever. And
I'm
get
just
off
saying,
of it,
like if
you
he
know?
doesn't want to, like,
What porn do you want to look at tonight, honey?
Yeah.
Let's look at the one where he pees himself.
That's there's so many weird fetishes. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of them out
that's
there.
a different episode that we're gonna.
Yeah.
We're not getting into fetishes right now.
Yeah,
it's too
no.
late for that.
No fetishes right now. We will, though, I think, transition over to a would you rather before
My
we
favorite.
go.
Well, okay, so before we get into that, we got to do a shout out here. If you're friends with us on Facebook, you've seen it. Kind of disappointed that I only got 3 hits, but we'll go through them.
Do better.
We're doing a weekly Would You Rather now. I'll try to be as good as I can at posting them on Monday. But the Would You Rather is would you rather lick somebody's eyeball or suck someone's toes? And I got 3 answers, and I'll go through them. Apparently, nobody likes toes. I kind of figured we'd get one oddball, but
I just don't think anybody wants to admit they like toes because there's a huge foot
Oh,
fetish
yeah.
thing out there.
oh yeah.
There's somebody that was like, no brainer, man, toes all day long.
Give me them toes.
So our first comment is
Jam.
I only like peanut butter on my toe jam.
Here, I'll go doctor on you too. You ready? You ready? The sensory in your brain for your feet is right next to your
Pecker zone.
yeah, your
Yes, that
the
term.
pleasure zone in your brain and your feet are like right next to each other, and they think that's part of why foot fetishes are such a thing.
Why people want to suck toes?
But for the fact that we didn't get anybody that was like, oh, feet.
Oh yeah. So
I think there should be like a 30-second time limit on this, because who wants to lick an eyeball for 30 seconds?
I don't know. That would be weird. But the first one was from Callista Osterhout. I call her Red. She's a good friend of ours' wife. She says eyeball for sure. Fuck feet. Okay,
Wait,
so
well,
I
some
gotta
people
agree with
want
that.
to.
Wait,
I was
she wants
gonna say,
both?
Somebody else was like, yeah, I want to fuck the feet. Like,
Yeah. The other one is from a good buddy of mine who we call Podunk. He says eyeballs hands down. And the last one is from Ray Lloyd. It is Lloyd, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not retarded. I thought that's what it was.
well, you are retarded,
Well,
but
I
it
know,
is
but
Lloyd.
he
2 L's,
says-
like normal.
He says,
Classic spelling.
I guess. Yeah. He says, I guess I'll be picking eyelashes from between my teeth. And for that,
That's the win.
I'd have to say Ray wins it. So, good
Oh,
job,
this is
Ray.
best
That's what
answer?
you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll be posting another one tomorrow, and tomorrow, and hopefully we get some more answers, and we can kind of turn it into a top 3 or maybe just number 1. We'll see. But
All right. Well, what's everybody's answer here?
I definitely got to go with eyeballs.
Well, I gotta know time limits. Am I just sucking a toe, or am I licking one
I
eyeball?
feel like
Well,
if
you
you're
gotta
sucking,
suck the toe, so I'd say you'd have
Yeah,
to.
because,
at
like,
least-
if you
you'd have
suck
to
a
like
toe, that
lick
takes
the
some-
eyeball.
Yeah, are you like
I'm thinking you have to
rimming
get
this fucking eyeball?
even if it's just a quick lick of the eyeball, but I think the toe has to at least be one thorough, like all the way in your mouth and slide it out, right? Like
It has to be a blowjob on a toe, all
yeah,
right?
basically, like the whole sexy finger thing when they like lick some
Oh,
off your
yeah.
finger, you know that. I think,
Wait, now you got to do it all sexy and shit?
well, I mean,
You can't like look up at him and shit.
look up as you're doing it, give them the eyes,
You just stare
Wink
at
at him.
yeah.
Do the Stephen Belichick
I just.
right
Yeah.
on somebody's eyeball.
Because when anything that comes up of sucking toes, I immediately go, it's a foot fetish thing. So yes, it has to be sexy.
Yeah, I would probably do eyeball. not a foot guy.
Yeah, I'm not a foot guy either.
Yeah,
And nothing's better than to really fuck with somebody that you got to be close to them and willing to do it. I love the whole. I'll walk up to my wife and I'll lick her cheek just to piss her off.
Yeah, we call those cow kisses.
Yeah. So
Cow kisses.
so I mean, the cheeks close enough to the eyeball.
Just
I'm
like
okay
tongue,
with that.
Tongue
Yeah.
punch in the eyeball, just like
Tongue punching.
Punch in the eyeball.
pop.
What
Right
are you
in the
doing later
eyeball.
tonight? I'm tongue punching the eyeball.
I'm fishing for contact lenses.
And I'm gonna make her so blind.
Imagine doing that and you just pick up somebody's contact
Yeah,
lens
you're like,
right on the
What's
spot.
Yeah.
this? Is it
What prescription are you?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I can taste better.
You can get one of the glass ones, the ones that are like the hard
Oh
contact
yeah, that would
lenses.
be hilarious. For somebody who has a glass eye,
Oh,
You just take their
you
eyeball
lick it
out.
and their eyeball just rolls over backwards. Like, oh shit!
I actually knew a guy.
I didn't
with
know this was a
glass
hard
eye.
candy.
I know one too.
They're weird.
Hey,
He'll pop it out for you.
Oh, it's funny as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty creepy. All right, here, let's take this down the home stretch. I have a would you rather for us.
Yes.
You ready?
Let's do it.
You,
That's okay. Here
you,
we go.
I got a good one here. This one's going to be tough to answer. There's no good answer here. Here we go. Would you rather drink a pint of your worst enemy's pee while they look you in the eye, or eat a bowl of your own poop while everyone you've ever dated watches?
P.
P.
That's not a hard
This
one.
isn't hard to answer. P. Fuck that.
I ain't eating shit unless it's chocolate flavored shit.
What? No, I'm not eating shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't eat chocolate flavored or nothing, man. Fuck that.
The only thing I go with this is, yeah, you got to drink the.
Unless
The
it's
pee.
asparagus pee.
Ooh, yeah, asparagus pee. I'm
We went
out.
over this before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm just thinking though, that's almost more menacing. Like, you know, if you looked at him hard in the eye and you're doing that, it's kind of like, I'm a
And
hard
they're just like,
motherfucker.
chug,
I'm
chug,
gonna kill
chug,
you, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right?
Game on.
Exactly. You just built your own street cred right there. That motherfucker right there, he's one tough son of a bitch. He drank his arch nemesis pee, looking him square in the fucking eyeballs. Yeah, that's like, yeah, he ate all of his poop out of the bowl in front of all of his ex-girlfriends. Oh, yeah,
It's your own poop.
that
your
doesn't matter. What do you prep for
I
that?
don't want to see them.
Oh, I was gonna say, what are you looking to make out with them or something? I mean,
I wouldn't want to exhale after that. Fucking all you smell is shit. Fuck that. Been into the bathroom after I've gone in there. That's pretty gnarly stuff. I don't want it coming off of my face.
don't go in there for 35, 45 minutes.
Open a window when you do.
Yeah. Enemies pee, huh?
Yeah.
That's nasty though.
And they're probably going chug, 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 chug as you're doing it.
To look them in the eye though, I mean that's kind of that's the kicker. You just because you can
I
play
feel like
that one
that's
a lot
more
of
like-
different ways.
Intimidating for the person watching the person drinking pee instead of the person drinking pee.
That's what I mean. Is like you've got a little advantage there. That takes a little bit of the. I'm doing something totally nasty. It's
Yeah,
I'm
fucking
fucking
crazy
with
I
my
am,
worst.
motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm gonna
fuck
show
you
him.
up.
I'm the craziest motherfucker in this room.
Drink your fucking piss, bitch.
My question though is, how do you get to that point? Like, I get that it's just a would you rather, right? But in this scenario,
You won't.
I mean, how do you
No ball.
get to that point? Like,
I say you lost a bet.
see, and I feel like lost a bet is what turned you from friends to arch nemesis.
Maybe.
So I guess that could be it. But
I don't know. Maybe you fucked them over. They fucked you over. Who knows?
well, I know, but that's what I'm saying is like to get to that point. And the
Yeah.
other thing is like restraining somebody to do it, right? Like somebody hands you a glass of their piss and is like, you must drink this now. I mean, what's holding you there, right?
God.
Sheer intimidation.
Oh yeah, I'm the baddest motherfucker in
It's
the
your
room.
destiny. You have to do it. There's no other choice. Gun to your head. That's what's holding you there.
Well, okay, I guess that would put it more in it. But yeah, I'm still with the pint of piss.
Pint of piss.
Pint of piss.
Yeah, I'm not down with the poop.
You know the fuck part is, I'm sure there's somebody who is.
Oh yeah, I mean because like you said, the golden showers and that wasn't that the whole premise of the 2 girls 1 cup?
Oh God. Yeah, I guess that's true.
So I'm just saying, there's somebody willing to tune into it.
Oh fuck.
I mean that's literally the video that like broke the internet, right? You
Yeah,
know,
but that's like a lot of that is just like seriously somebody ate shit. Like 2 girls got together and ate shit to try to be sexy. Like I think that's more people seeing if that's real instead of I want to see.
I feel
this
like
shit.
it's a Saturday Night Live skit that went horribly wrong.
right?
This
But
would go
enough-
really good on the dark web.
But this ties back.
I'm paying Bitcoin for this, motherfuckers.
This ties back into guilty pleasures. You know somebody watched that and was like,
Oh fuck.
Oh my God, I have that same cup. Yeah.
I was thinking it was more like the Paris Hilton. That's hot.
Oh my God.
You know somebody did. They
Yeah.
watched that. They went, "Damn, that's sexy. What are they doing this weekend? Can I join?"
Yeah.
You know there was somebody out there that
Yeah.
was like,
The problem that it's like somebody was telling me they got a porn deal now where they take a shit on each other, like they just shit on each other's chests or something like that.
"Oh yeah, I mean that goes back to the whole. That's a
That's
whole
a fetish thing, right?
Yeah, Cleveland Steamer, baby.
Could you imagine that hitting you right in the chest?
No, I wouldn't. I like.
Especially if it wasn't solid.
Yeah. What's that? Making
That's a
porno
dangerous.
with-
I mean, that's a roulette fetish in itself, right? What am I gonna get?
Yeah.
You know?
What did this
Rolling
person
the
eat?
dice.
Yeah.
Isn't there a movie where it's like making a porno with someone?
Oh, isn't that the Zach and Miri make a porno?
Yeah. And the camera guy gets shit on. he's trying to film the right spot, and it's just like it's him like the cream pie thing in the face, just blam.
So nasty. But I mean, it is. It's that level of. I don't know why anybody. I don't know how you get there. And
No.
I would.
You have some fucked up childhood shit at this
Right,
point.
you got some trauma you need to work through. But I would love if I could ask somebody that question that was into it and they could give me like a straight answer. I would really like to know what it is about that. But I'm not about to go try it myself.
I'm
so-
not looking for somebody.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
not actively searching for that person.
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid of him, actually.
Ian doesn't want to have to eat shit with anybody.
Hey man, you do you. Keep that to yourself. I don't need to know that.
I
Heads
just-
we get hot and steamy, tails we talk about childhood trauma.
All right, well maybe that's where this whole fucking life coach thing comes in.
That's twice tonight you said that.
I know. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
Self-proclaimed redneck.
Yeah, we're switching up today. One's self-proclaimed, one's resident. You pick the
I'm
ending.
just Ian,
Better be Justin.
not Justin.
Just Ian.
Just Ian. There's a space and an
He's not an Ian.
A. I am not Ian. Somebody called me Ian. Who called me? I can't remember who it was, but somebody called me Ian.
Yeah.
Because of the podcast.
I don't think because of the podcast, but it just happened. I think it was during softball or something.
Yeah.
I looked at you.
Yeah.
You acknowledged.
People fuck things up like that.
That's
Stupid
funny.
dumb idiots.
They are. Learn to fucking read.
I don't know. I read Lloyd as Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Classic spelling, bro.
Yeah.
Lalana.
No.
I still want to know why there's 2 L's in Lloyd, though.
Yeah,
I've never
right? That's
understood
what I'm
that.
like looking at it like, fuck, is that a middle initial that got pushed too close to the other? Like, what the fuck?
Well, it could be. Alright, I I think that wraps us up for this episode. Thank you all again for listening. Remember, we are on Facebook and now YouTube. So, like us, share, give feedback.
Yeah.
We're up for
Follow.
yeah.
Find us on any podcast app. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure there's like 5 or 6 of them that Anchor goes out through.
Yes, Spotify, Apple,
Google Podcasts.
all your favorites. So, and then come join us again for our next one.
Hooray.
Actually, guys, it's on Apple Podcast, Breaker, Castbox, Google Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, and Stitcher.
You know, here's the reality though. If you're listening to it, you are on one of those things. We've come
Well,
that
right.
far. Continue to tune in. I hope you find us enjoyable.
Fuck Casey.
I love you.
And we're out.